Oh yeah, it's Friday again. Let me tell you, I'm gonna light it up. So good. Mercy. It's definitely that time again. Wow. Man, what a day, what a day. How is everybody doing? Oh, man. We are, howdy. We are definitely smoking some Esoterica tonight, and that would be Stonehaven. Had to let it dry out a bit, I tell you. Had to let it dry out. Murder. Smoking the wonderful Friday cherry wood.
Oh no, it can't be. Say the name.
Say the name.
I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd.
I mean, not really, like totally sick of guys named Todd. I mean, that's not 100% true. So we got the welcome aboard. I hear picking and piping in there now.
Gets pretty easy after you roofie the first 3 or 4.
Todd A is it? Todd's in the house. Donald Hughes is obviously in the house. Let's see who else we got. I took some major advice from another YTPCer that y'all know. Funny story. Said I could lose like 10 pounds. I was like, how's that? So you gotta get a bit of lens for your camera.
All right, Cincinnati, it is time for this town to get down.
Popo Piper's in the house that says no commie jokes. Is there such thing? Well, yes, I was giving some
I
advice.
want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, a rebel.
He's a loner, a rebel. All right.
Mike from Briar Blues here.
Mike! He likes the dark side. Goodness gracious. That Phil Rivara pipe right there. Good stuff. Let's see, is my table cam working? Sure is. Got that beautiful Phil Rivara pipe right there. Just lovely. I love it. The Friday pipe for sure. I just have to say, if you don't like Stonehaven, give me yours. I'll take it. No problem. So again, let's see. Big Joe Smoke Show in the house. The lovely Sue Jones. AZ Hawk, who I when we gave a Phil Tamper away, which, you know, when we gave away a Phil Tamper, for some reason, I thought he had already won one, and he hadn't. And I excluded him. From the giveaway. Can you believe that? That's my fault, AZ Hawk. Regrettable. Oh, by the way, packages are all... we have a P.O. box now. The P.O. box will, you know, I'll be able to give that to you, and people can send whatever they want at that point, because then I paid for the P.O. box, and the wife is happy. So P.O. box is done. Packages going out. Everything's good. Lovely Sue Jones. John Adams, welcome aboard. Chip, welcome aboard. How are things? Independent and what is that? Independent Sound One. Independent Sound One. I like that name. We had a lot of Esoterica drops as of late. I think we might have a few more next week. It's possible. Kevin! Welcome aboard. Let's see. Old Hollywood Briar says, gotta love the cherry life. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Let's see. We have Clint Kendon. Is that right? Do I have that name right? Do I have that right? Clint Kendon. Ben Greenman. Smoking Kentucky Piper. Welcome aboard. Gamecock Piper is in the house as well. Dan Lopez. Dingus is in the house. Dingus, you have the greatest name ever. I mean, that's, if somebody wants to argue it. But Dingus has got it. That's just what it is.
My good friend Phil Rivera, pipe maker extraordinaire.
Pipe maker extraordinaire. Fact. Dan Lopez, did I get you already? Ohio Piper in the house. Yes, indeed. I'm glad the stream is up and good. It is working. So I am happy about that. Vision Koshik. You're gonna have to tell me how that works. I drum DJ Ent. Yo Friday. Happy Friday, fellas. A Big Joe, this is a delicious pipe. 100%. You are indeed. You are indeed correct. Burley Nut Bob in the house, man. We got a good group. B-Dog Piper, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard indeed. Who else do we have? My eyes get a little squinty. Now that I've had to change the setup because I got some good advice on weight loss, and it was let's get a better lens for your camera. Stop being cheap, Martin. And really wound up, doing something pretty cool with it. So it should, we're always improving around here. Claude Hardwood, my man. Four-Eyed Piper, welcome aboard, sir. Good to have you. Did I miss anybody? If I did, let me know. Now, just so you know and understand, you're going to see some people in here that are going to do something with tens. It's exclamation point tens. It's something we have a lot of fun with. And if you exclamation point 10, you can see what your rank is in here. Your rank goes up the longer you spend in here. You also accrue tens. And tens you can use for gambling. You can use for giveaways. You can use them for almost anything, really. And except for anything in real life. You really can't do it for that. So, I mean, but you'll see people doing an exclamation point 10, kind of figure out what they have. You can do other things like, oh God, did I change the timer on that thing? Everybody! Oh, who did it? Who? Mike? God dang it. I'm going to have to, I really meant to change that thing. I'll do some Weller. Son of a gun. We are using my favorite shot glass from Miss Sue Jones, which I love. I love this thing. It's great. Thank you, Sue. Jeff, you want some crickets? You can eat one. That's not happening. Mike, can you tell me, is this for the boy? Is this for me? Is this for the boy? Let me know, Mike, because he's obviously going to be excited. Another thing you can do too, as well, if you're trying to get my attention, you want to ask a question, make a major comment, something like that. Exclamation point ask will get you to not to the front line, but it'll help me notice you, because again, it's that sometimes the chat gets away from me a little bit. And so exclamation point ask, and you'll hear a sound bite, and I'll hear a sound bite, and we'll all hear a sound bite, and we'll all... Excuse me. Sorry, it's up. See, immediately, yes, Phil Rivera knows exactly what to do in that category. And you'll see the little indicators and everything, and so I'll be able to do that. There's a new shot glass for you. Oh, my word. Oh, Lord. So, but I have to extend my thanks for the inspiration for the, kind of how we're.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
No, Donald Houston, did I get a soundbite about polar bears? No, I didn't. See, if you try, Donald, I just don't take it. I don't want the ones that you're trying. It doesn't work that way, Donald. It's got to be organic. You have to. It has to be organic, Donald. It can't be faked. So on top of that, we have had several giveaways going and everything. Has anybody bought any Esotericas? I bought some. I was, I'm waiting for my packages to come in. Yes, indeed. Old Hollywood Briar is out there and helping people out as well. He show the new shotgun. I was waiting for the boy to get here because he likes to open those packages. Okay, next round is all you. But Old Hollywood Briar's helping me out with my camera and everything. As you have seen, Old Hollywood Briar. He's just such a good storyteller and he has so many cool things. It's so much fun. Old Hollywood Briar smokes it every single time, and I love his videos. They're very, it's Old Hollywood Briar, so it's what you expect out of some good Hollywood. Good video, good audio, good story and everything else. Everything you're not gonna find in this show tonight. There are other things as well that you can purchase with your tins. ! Shop will do that as well. And also, by the way, for those first time callers, long time lurkers, we also have a point in the show where you're able to call in and we can chat for a bit and have some fun. And not only that, but we will spin the angry taco wheel. For those of you who have never seen said angry taco, he's very angry. And I don't know how to get rid of him. But the angry taco is here. And you'll be able to spin the wheel and get some sort of prize, maybe like a sample of something. And the typical tradition of this show is to give away, for instance, like a sample of Penzance or Stonehaven. One of the two, because I feel like this is part of the community. We should make sure that everybody gets a little opportunity to do that. So it's one of those things. Do we have a caller already? Who do we? Somebody's ready. Let's check out the first caller. This is Martin on the Letter It Friday show. Who do we have on the line?
Hi, this is Tim. How you doing, Martin?
Tim, I'm doing great. How are you?
All right.
Now, what's your YouTube handle?
I think I'm Timbo G310.
Timbo G310. What are you smoking and drinking tonight, Tim?
Right now I got a little Dunhill nightcap and just some coffee. Trying to stay awake.
Trying to stay awake. Where are you from?
I'm up here in New Jersey. Well, I played golf today, so I had quite a bit of cigars and I'm I'm getting old now, just like the rest of us. What are you gonna do?
Oh.
Golf,
Well, first off, anytime it's golf, it is a day. Okay, it's like we go out there, we get our tee time, we spend a couple hours, if not more, just because somebody like me is gonna shank every 5 seconds or pull the wrong way. And I'm cheap as can be. I don't want to go through balls. So I'm going to go dig it. I'm going out there getting poison ivy and doing forestry work. And then,
I get yelled at off and walk balls and looking through the woods while we're trying to move along.
Then we break for lunch. We have a couple sandwiches, something like that. Hang out for a bit, get tired. And then we're like, golly, we still got the back nine. All right, let's go. And then we hit the back nine, and of course, depending on where you're at, you got the beer carriage coming around, the booze carriage riding around, and of course they pressure you like it's a timeshare. They're like, well, what do you mean you brought your own beer? What do you mean, like, you don't want to? It's like a timeshare. It's like, and if you're not riding in the right cart with the right person, they're going to sit there and they're going to be like, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get a couple. You know what? She's cute. Let's go ahead and get a couple. No big deal. She's paying for college.
Yeah, we had a guy today, so the cute factor didn't play in, so.
The cute
I drank
factor.
The beer I bought,
Right.
That was a little cheap today, too.
I mean, I'm conservative. What do you say? I'm fiscally conservative.
Well, that's good, except for pipes and pipe tobacco.
That's it.
Fiscally responsible.
No, not at all. Did you make any acquisitions this week?
I did. You gave me the tip off, and I'm the guy who said the server's down, and then you had a little server tutorial, and suggest me I should call in. So
Call in. So what'd you score?
I after the third hole, I stopped keeping score. So
as in what did you score in tobacco? I apologize. I forgot we just went from a sports reference.
Probably 120. I don't know. Today it was
Nice.
I
Now,
just
so
recovered from knee surgery. So first time.
Oh, good. Well, you need a lot of tobaccos to recover from that. What tobaccos did you end up buying?
I got the Dorchester and the Tilbury.
Nice. Now, have you had any esotericas before?
I did last time it came around. I got some Margate,
Yep.
Pembroke.
Yep.
I got some Dunbar, but I haven't opened one yet.
Well, yeah, it doesn't do. You got all the time in the world now while you're recovering. Hey, while we're doing that, let's spin the wheel and see what you're gonna get this time. Because I'm gonna mail you something out. We're gonna get some, and I'm gonna have to see if I can get my spectacles out and read this angry taco. He's so mad. I don't know where he came from. He just is on the stock. Okay, all right. So 1 ounce of bulk blend. And what type, Tim? Would you like a sample of Penzance or Stonehaven?
I guess I'll go Stonehaven. My buddy has a little Penzance, and he shares it with me every once in a while.
Oh.
That one sounds interesting, the Stonehaven. Now, what is that heads and tails over all the other Virginia Burley or the Vapors that they have available? Or
I think it depends on who you ask. I think it really depends on who you ask. Like, for Burleys, for me, like if I'm smoking, like a haunted bookshop or something, like the nick really hits me hard, and so I get that little pinch in the back of the throat, and I'm like, I'm next morning I wake up and my wife thinks I'm Darth Vader, and I'm like, good morning, baby, and so I'm like, I have to be careful how much. I will say that Stonehaven is much more mild. It's very toned back. It's very smooth. And some of my experience with a lot of esotericas in general is most people that I see that get the unicorn blends, things like that, they're kind of underwhelmed. They're kind of, they're not as impressed.
The Penzance, I was like, well, I kind of don't see all the hoopla. It's good, but is it that much better than anything I can get?
And that's going to depend on your taste. And there are, to me, the what I get out of all of the Germain blends,
right,
whether it's Esoterica or Germain Son, is refinement. They're extremely refined and smooth. Like, do I think Louis the 13th is the best, best, was it cognac or whatever it is? I think cognac is what it is. But is it the best cognac out there? Maybe. Right. Is it worth $80+ a shot? I don't know. But it's very refined, and there's going to be less things you'll be upset about it in terms of a quality you don't like. And to me, it's Esoterica's, Germain's are very, very refined. These guys have it down to an amazing science. They're very well balanced, and to me, the subtlety of the blend shows how well it is. We can salt a dish that we're making, and make the salt kind of, cover up something that's not as great about a dish or things like that. But it's much different to have a very balanced dish that's extremely refined that you can present in a fine dining restaurant that people are going to be like, wow, this blends real well. It's really good. I have a good wine that goes with it and everything. And it's one of those things that I enjoy it like a refined wine or something like that. And that's why I think I get drawn back to it, because there's just something about it. There's something to it. So, and you know what? Since your buddy shares with you, I'm going to send you 2 samples of Stonehaven to share with your buddy. Because he's being generous, and now you get something to bring back to the table and be like, hey, look at me, pal.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, make sure you text me. Go ahead. Sorry.
I almost got one of those St. Ives. I don't know if you have had that. Is it? Did I miss out on anything?
On St. Ives, I think I do have some St. Ives. I'll have to check and see if I got an open. I think I have an open St. Ives.
Had a licorice flavoring. I don't know if you've experienced that.
I have not. But if you're curious about the St. Ives, I'll send you. If I've got some, I'll send you a little of that too.
All right. I'm not fishing for samples.
No, I know you're not. I've got look, I do live streams to tell you where the stuff's at. So I promise you, there is some that I am probably trying to get away or out of my cellar because my wife's tired of seeing it in drawers and in random. Look, is it just me or do other people put tobaccos in random places? I'm just saying. The acquisition bug gets you. The wife doesn't like it. Still trying to figure out how I can transfer something from my daughter's college fund into the bank account so she doesn't notice the difference in it. But she's an accountant, so she's going to find it anyways. She's going to find it. She's going to find it somehow. But pal, yeah, text me your name and address and everything, username and what you want, and I'll get it shipped out to you before the end of the millennia, because of course everybody makes fun of me because I don't get things shipped out on time. So I'm not like Mike from Briar Blues, who's got all the good retail work and everything. It's we do this for fun, man. So, man, you have a great weekend. I appreciate you calling in. And if you need anything, yeah, let me know, man. Don't be a stranger. Hang out. Have some fun.
All right, we'll do.
We'll see you soon. All right, man. See you, Tim. Cool guy. So yes. So we definitely that's one of oh yes. Oh we have it's probably about the freaking it's probably about this. Who wants the question? Who's asking? I'll answer. Have you taken a shot from Donald? I think it was it Donald? I don't know who it was. Whoever's calling now is going to be doing it. This is Martin from the Over Let Her Rip Friday show. Who do we have on the line? Nobody. We apparently don't have nobody. They were like, they were like, negative. Let's. All right, so let's hold off. Oh, here we go again. This is Martin on the Let Her Rip Friday show. Who do we have on the line? This is getting very confusing. I'm going to call this person back. We'll see how this goes. We'll see. We'll venture.
But the person you called has a voice mailbox that has not been set up yet.
It's not been set up. Set up your voicemail. All right, let me get to this shot. We're going to open up the lines again. I guess they had opened up a little bit early. We're going to open up the lines here in a minute. Because it's just one of those things that we do. And so we're going to we're also going to say happy birthday too, by the way. To who? I don't know. I'm drinking on my Weller. I'm going to have to need a GoFundMe for more Weller because it's getting a little up there. It's getting a little up there. So, but I want to say happy birthday to Betsy Rue. Happy birthday, Betsy Rue. Woo! Happy birthday, Betsy Rue! She's 42 years young today. Actress known for a role as Kathy Buttram on the show Fake It Till You Make It. She had supporting roles in the movies Miss March and My Bloody Valentine 3D. Why is it 3D? Are we still doing 3D? I don't know if we're doing 3D. She also portrayed the singer Ginger Fox in a popular episode of iCarly called I Fix a Pop Star. Huh. She first appeared on TV in 2006 with appearances on the shows Still Standing and Las Vegas. Her first appearance in a major motion picture was in 2007's The Heartbreak Kid, where she played the role of Mimi and did stunts. She did some stunts. Also on this day, this music is very fitting. A U.S. surgeon sued 50 Cent over an unpaid medical bill. The doctor claimed 50 Cent and his friend turned up at a hospital with multiple gunshot wounds in 2007, but said the rapper never paid the $20,000 he owed for treatment, despite being asked several times. It's your birthday. Oh, sorry. I'm getting copyright. Also on this day in 1931, a survey of employers has revealed that those companies who are surviving since the stock market crash have drastically cut their workforce and implemented wide-ranging pay cuts among those employees who are still employed by up to 40% during the 1930s Great Depression. Kind of similar. I mean, was it the 1930s or was it 2021? I don't know. Almost a century later. Also, by the way, in 1934, in the... Also on this day in 1934, the world's largest pearl was found in the Philippines. The 9.45-inch, 14.1-pound pearl of Laosu is found by a diver in a giant clam in the Palawan Sea. In the Palawan Sea. That's where it was found. Sure was. That is exactly where it was found. Also, I got to make a call real quick. We must get somebody on the line. Maybe somebody special.
Yo, what's up, man?
it's Hollywood Briar. Oh, Hollywood Briar. How you doing, pal?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm having fun. I trying to enjoy life as much as possible. People are chat's going nuts. I'm gonna be toast in the next 30 minutes because I messed up my whole system of this shot thing that I encourage people to get on the show and have fun with their tins and everything. And I think I've stepped in it.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Do you have any vintage tins on your back here, behind you? I see a lot of books. Any of these books? Be honest, how many of these books have you read?
These all of these, because these are Dungeons and Dragons and they're instructional manuals, okay. and I deal with those.
Do you have those vintage National Geographics on the left there with the nude Colombians?
So no. No. But the Piers Anthony, yes. Wheel of Time, yes. Piers Anthony. Conan, yes, and the reason for that is I'm a big Robert Jordan fan, and so when we went to Charleston, South Carolina, I know where his wife Harriet lives, and me and the family went and took pictures in front of the gate, which is from their Wheel of Time series and the Dragon Reborn, and so of course we did not disturb that. His name's obviously not Robert Jordan, but when we went to Harriet McDougal's house over there in Charleston, which, by the way, they're very creative. Some of the characters, like a specific race in the book, is actually named after a street that's there in Charleston. Just really cool. I mean, it's just my all-time favorite.
Street in Charleston. Let's bring it back.
I mean, look, you called me out for reading, so I wanted to let you know there's some depth there.
I'm glad because I always see people with they have a bunch of books behind them, and I always wonder, do they read those books?
Right. More of the Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk books over there, and that's again comes from Dungeons and Dragons, so very easy reads.
Well, I gotta say, I love the set, and I love you reading the news. I've popped into the show a couple of times, but I've never watched through, and I think this show is great, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to get your address because I'm gonna send you a vintage tin. I want to see a vintage tin, at least one. I want to start the addiction. I want to put one back on that.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, I mean, coming from you, I will accept it. Coming from, if it was Mike from Briberies, it means it probably has something in it that's going to explode in my face. And
right.
all the way back here, as much as I love Mike, he would do that to me. But I appreciate it. Yeah. So hey, now tell me a little bit about what you got going on, because you had alluded to something, and I'm very curious to find out what it is.
You remember when everybody was trying to get their order in at Smoking Pipes? You were doing
Yes.
great on the live streams. You were
Yep.
killing it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I really appreciated it because you were on the East Coast, so you had a couple of hours while I was still catching Z's. So like,
That's right.
I think that a lot of my stuff that I found out, because for some reason I can't get YouTube to give me notifications for your show, even though I really try a lot. But even when I pulled up my YouTube when I was trying to find your live stream, you weren't even listed in the live streams, and there was like 4 people doing live streams.
They've been trying to shut me down for years now.
Man is trying to hold you back, brother. Is what's going on. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Man, that's how it goes.
But maybe they're just trying to suppress this news that I have for you right here, because you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked. Go ahead and light that pipe. So when everybody was trying to put their orders in at Smoking Pipes for Esoterica, the website crashed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, for me, I thought it was a good sign. And it wasn't the only website that crashed. I don't know if you noticed this, but I don't know if you know what TurboTin is.
Yes. Warren over there, who does that, really super good guy. I was there when he started working on that. I love it. It's a wonderful idea.
Yeah, the man's the GOAT. That was awesome. So it'd be interesting for him to check his server logs, because Smoking Pipes got hacked by the freaking commies.
Oh no!
They got a Chinese bot attack, and it shut them down.
So I'm not surprised by this, because, and I'll tell you why. For whatever reason, you mentioning this just triggered in my head real fast. I had been seeing because I do a lot of research on where they're at, some of the timing that they come in, things of that nature, just to get a kind of reference point sometime. And I even go back a few years, because there's usually a pattern. It's usually once a quarter, and there's usually kind of a pattern to where they're coming. So I usually can figure it out within a week or two, maybe 3 weeks is probably better, that I have an idea when they're coming. And I found several Facebooks talking about drops and things like that were in Mandarin. Mm-hmm. And if people want to know who were some of the biggest proponents of the eBay purchases, a ton of them come over from Asia. Like they spend to no end on Esotericas.
When somebody puts it up on eBay?
Right. When there were sales probably like a year or so ago of these, like when people were scalping and selling, which maybe because eBay cracked down on it, it's helped to not have scalpers as bad. I still think they're there, but I'm sure there's other ways. But that I saw a bunch of different Facebook, because I don't have Facebook, so I was just kind of combing through the different things, and I saw several of them that said, that were all in Mandarin, but they would say, Smoking Pipes or Top Hat Cigars or something like that. But everything else was in Mandarin or some type of Asian character that I don't understand. So I mean, it's uncanny you mentioned that.
Well, it's not uncanny for you to have that feeling, though, because it really confirmed my suspicion too, because I was like, okay, well, TurboTin's down. I guess that makes sense, but I'm like, why? I just kind of Smoking Pipes, they have an infrastructure. I mean, it's a big company. So, I was kind of a little bit surprised by that. So in addition to, there's about 500 of us, this is on there.
Right.
And that's probably largely due to you, my friend. I mean, you were driving traffic through like a cowboy, you know what I mean? Everybody's coming down the mountainside. And that was a beautiful thing. And
thanks, I appreciate it.
But that's what I was saying too. I got, Kevin and Tony and a couple of the other guys were hitting me up, and talking to me about drops, because they had found out probably from you or somebody else on the East Coast. So it definitely helped.
Oh yeah.
But I was not surprised by that at all. I actually kind of suspected it. But it's a good sign though that there was like a bunch of people waiting, because I think there's a lot of younger people that are coming into the hobby, because they're trying to get off the cigarettes because people, you know what I mean? Like there was a time when people preferred the briar to the cigarette, and they would roll their, they would rub their cigarettes out into the briar, you know, because it's just a much better way to smoke tobacco.
Well, and I think these days as well, people could use a little more contemplative hobbies versus quick fix, 5 minutes getting and going. And it's, when you're smoking a pipe, and one of my buddies, it's funny, I explained it to him. I said the process of smoking a pipe and everything else. He goes, it sounds like so much work. I said, okay. And he's like a big angler. He loves to go fishing. I said, all the things that you do to hook up your boat, and he also does salt water too. So then you've got to, clean out your engine from the salt water. I say, all the things you do to go out there and catch a few fish, and you think my hobby is intense. I'm like, once you get the mechanics down, you can get into a very contemplative state where you relax and just mellow out. Yeah. And it's a wonderful thing.
Nicotine, gives you that contemplative, or that ability to relax. It kind of calms you down. It's, I don't know, I wouldn't say a sedative, but,
it'll knock you out 5 seconds.
And that's the thing that's really sad. I think that, as, we're headed, full steam into prohibition. It's just really incredible to me that, I mean, okay, so, I'm driving down by the, yesterday by the Celebrity Center of the Scientologists. They have this, the Scientologists have like so much real estate in Hollywood. Like it's just incredible. But
right.
They have this really old vintage building, and outside on the telephone poles is like this printed QR code, and it just says drugs.
Oh God!
You could just buy anything on the street, and they're coming after the damn tobacco.
Yeah, it starts to get. It just starts to get a little bizarre, and I don't know where things are. Like I'm about to pull like a Tim Pool or something and go out to the mountains of West Virginia at some point, just to get away from everything and just stay away for a while and see and unplug and see what everything look. I'm gonna Rip Van Winkle everything for a little bit, just because I don't know, where it's going to go, and I don't think they're going to stop with our tobaccos. And obviously, our community is so small that we don't have the leverage like the cigar community. And thankfully, we have the cigar community because that definitely lends to us in a lot of ways and helps us out. But there's a lot of not common sense.
We're drafting off the cigar community for sure. But the thing is that I think, as people start to get to the point where they do want to get off cigarettes, because inhaling smoke into your lungs it's just a bad idea.
Correct.
And everybody knows that. It's not an efficient way or it is an efficient way to get nicotine, but it's just bad. It's just bad for you. And if you can get the pipe where you just can get that sensation of the tobacco in your mouth, there's a lot of debate about whether the mucosal membrane in your mouth can actually absorb nicotine. So whether or not you retrohale has a big difference in the amount of nicotine you're going to intake.
For sure.
Jim Inks, for example, he doesn't retrohale, which is weird because, you're in your retrohale is where most of your sensitive taste zones for your palate are.
Is that the Jim Inks that does the 5 million reviews on tobaccoreviews.com?
Yeah. So, Jim, okay. So, how do I put this? So Jim Inks is, one of the guys that every tobacco reviewer knows who he is and respects kind of his opinion. So
for sure. I've quoted him several times.
So, I was talking to Jeremy today, Reeves from Cornell and Deal, and I was talking to him about Jim, and I was like, Jim Inks. He's like, oh yeah, great. He's been around in the community forever. And so the thing is that Jim Inks he's kind of like the Library of Alexandria of pipe smoking, right?
Right.
Yeah, he has all of the blends, or he would be like the cartographer if you're a Halo fan, but he has all the blends
right
in his mind.
Not only that, but like multiple generations of the different blends. I think his like Balkan Sobrani, he talked about there's like 3 or so iterations of the Balkan Sobrani, and he spoke to that. And I mean, he's truly a Rolodex of all or an encyclopedia.
Yeah. Because all that stuff that's been written down, like, you know, and especially being on those tobacco reviews, that's been kind of, you know, become a storehouse for that, because you don't, you know, Pease and I were talking the other day about Rat Rays used to have a big giant copper like tub that they would heat the tobacco in, and they would cook it. And you know, Pease knows the blend of the Balkan Sobrani. He knows the leaf characteristics, but he doesn't know the processing, because they never wrote the processing down. They never wrote the steps that they took. Because, you know, everybody does a lot of different things. Like, you know, Pease always gets on McBaron because, you know, like that guy never saw a tobacco leaf that he couldn't wash in sugar. You know what I'm saying? But,
why did my mouth hurt every time?
Yeah, well, you know, it's the European style, though. So it's like that's. But, you know, and you think you go back to the Arabic style, which is, you know, where the leaf is repeatedly washed and then, you know, dunked in sugar and stuff, you know, when you're smoking shisha out of a
right,
pipe, which is fantastic and smooth. And anyway, I don't know, like it's just like all the processing, little like things that they do, the stuff that they put on it, whether it's honey, like all of my 100-year-old tobacco, because I've got a lot of 100-year-old tobacco, I'll be honest with you.
Oh wow, God.
It smells like honey.
I mean, there's worse things it could smell like, for sure. It could smell of something rotten, something going bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, so I mean, it's nice to have Jim Inks, you know, preserving like what the blends tasted like, because people are going to come around in the future. There's going to be prohibition. You know, your sellers are going to go up in value by 90 times.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, it's funny. I always tell people in Hollywood, like, you know, because I spend a lot of time in Colombia, and you know, in Hollywood, there's a lot of like, you know, that white powdery substance that people have at parties. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
wasn't that goodies? Like every time you got a hangover, it was the goodies, right? It was the goodies and the little what?
I always tell people, I'm like, you know, in Colombia, cocaine is cheaper than marijuana. So,
God, jeez. Hey, but
the Colombians, like, they don't even like cocaine. They just wish it would leave them alone, you know?
It's like, we're good with the coffee. Could you get away from the white stuff?
Yeah, to be left alone, for God's sake. And my heart, man, I gotta tell you, my heart really breaks right now for Colombia, because, so I had a friend who's from Germany who's living down there, because a lot of people, man, you know, move down there and live down there because it's so cheap. So like, I was talking to some teachers, and they said, you know, we teach English, and this one old lady was like saying she made $50,000 a year. She's like, I make $50,000 a year, but down here that's like making $400,000 a year in the United States.
Right.
So she had like servants at her house. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's that kind of deal. So like, you know, right now my friend was just telling me that like they're trying to organize peaceful protests against brutality, because like, you know, they opened up on the crowd. They opened up a fire on the crowd in Cali, which you know, and I've been there. Like, I've been to all these places, and I've actually been myself to a protest. I kind of on a vacation happened to. I was like, oh, I want to go check it out. I ended up at a FARC protest. I got tear gassed in the square.
Oh my God!
I was the last one out of the square, man. It was. I started running around the corner, and the gas was just going off all around me, and I'm like, well, I'm getting gas, so I might as well take some pictures. And so, you know, I took pictures, and then I went to go around the corner with this last group of people, and as I turned the corner, I heard the doom doom doom, and over our heads.
You're the thump sound.
Ting, 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 ting. You know, it was like the gas up ahead of us, and it was just like we all stopped, and we're like, well, I guess we're stuck here.
Does anybody else's life in chat, does anybody else's life feel like their life is so boring? like I'm over here just trying to coach a little league baseball team here at Hollywood. I'm struggling with that, and you're over here, you know, saving other countries and getting tear gassed and everything. Like, God. I mean, hey, sometimes support is just having to be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You know, and those photos were published and they ran on the wire. And you know, I was obviously only the only American news photographer there. You know, and I just kind of happened to be there, so I just called up and had the photos published.
Is that your main background? I mean, it's obviously photography driven, but is it photography, video? You know, is it journalism? Is it like, you know, what's your mainstay that you did?
Wow. I
I doubt you fit in an individual box, but you know, what would
when I was 20, I had a music column at the North County Times, which is the second biggest newspaper in San Diego, and I interviewed like Chubby Checker. One day I got to tell people about my Chubby Checker interview.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. So please do. I want to see it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah. It's been a long, crazy ride, but I worked in engineering for a while in medical device manufacturing. Actually, my last company, we invented honestly, a revolutionary treatment for brain aneurysm. We changed the field, and we got purchased. All the companies that I worked at, actually, all but one got purchased. One of them was the biggest sale in the history of the United States. They paid $23 billion for us. It's crazy.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
good heavens.
But,
okay.
Yeah, so that was my background for a while. You know, when I decided, you know, I was going to have a day job, and then I hooked up with K Rock, and I became the photographer at K Rock 106.7 K Rock.
K Rock.
And yeah, I did that for a while. Then shooting, I was the photographer for Coachella. I was the official house photographer for Stagecoach, Coachella for a while.
Nice.
But yeah, photography for the last like 10 years has been just been hanging out, you know, going to parties. I'm not a paparazzi, by the way. I think people are confused about that sometimes because they see me with celebrities. And I'll be on the red carpet sometimes with paparazzi, but I'm just like a guy that goes to parties mostly.
Just the life of the party, man. Just the life of the party. I mean, because that's something I've been wondering. Because of course we all see it, but you know we're kind of on the outside looking in when we check out your videos and things like that. So what do you think about YouTube? I mean, just like we've got prohibition going on with our hobby, what do you think is going to happen with the social media side and everything else? Is that, you know, I know we've had some jump ship to what is it, Parlor. And I'm sure there's others that are going to come out at some point. And is this a revolutionary time for people to come out with social media, or are they just going to get gobbled up like so many others get done?
Okay. Well, I guess what I could tell you is that, like, you know, I work with all the top media outlets in the world, like, you know, Reuters, AP, all those guys. It's weird, like sometimes like I'll be taking a photo and like Sam Rubin or somebody else, you know, that I watched on TV when I was a kid, like will be told to like step aside while we finish our photography. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a weird world. And, you know, I say that because none of the people, like, because we've been dealing with, you know, social media stars for a couple of years now. And none of the people gave two craps. If we heard anything about you were on YouTube, cameras went down. We didn't give a crap about you. You know, like, okay, yeah, you're on YouTube. Good for you. You know, because and we're, you know, I gotta say, like, you know, we're the Hollywood press. Like, we're not your friend. And you know, so it's like, especially because you know the way things are today. You know, like we're all out there, you know, and we make money off image sales. So it's like if your image doesn't sell, like, you know, but nobody ever paid attention to YouTube guys is what I was saying. So I started, you know, getting into YouTube, you know, a couple of years ago, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is dumb. Like these guys are dumb. They don't see what's coming here. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna start paying attention to these kids, and you know, I started, you know, like I've done some stuff with like, I don't know these kids' names because they're so young, but like, you know, they're coming up and they've all got these major channels, and it's and I'm just, you know, you could see the changes coming, like, you know what I mean? So
that's right.
You know, and it's overtaken people, and I've seen celebrities, you know, like Matthew McConaughey and stuff, like, you know, go on to YouTube or to Instagram, and you know, they all realize like, okay, hey, this is it now. I gotta do this because if I don't, I'm not going to get work. You know,
right?
So it's
well, we're seeing
going to be formative.
We're seeing a lot of Hollywood people embracing YouTube and things like that. I mean, I saw an article about Alyssa Milano or something like that. Unfortunately, she had a Rode, like almost like a boom mic right in her face, and I'm like, okay, well, let's start educating people on equipment a little bit, so that way they can she can afford a nice microphone and everything to just prop up right there. But it's like I think you're seeing more and more get into it, and is just like radio killed or video killed the radio star. Is YouTube killing the network star? Is it is social, is that streaming and everything killing that? Like one of the reasons like I'm drawn to a lot of live streams is because it's organic, it's live, it's one take only, it's whatever you get is what you get. It's not scripted, and some people do it really, really well, and I'm very impressed with them. There's people that don't do it so well, but it doesn't matter because they're playing Minecraft and they got 5,000 kids that are watching anyways every 5 seconds. So what? But it seems that that's what it's driven to. My kids don't watch TV. They don't watch any. There are no Saturday morning cartoons. That is gone. They watch, TikTok or YouTube Kids or something, streamers, Twitch, what have you.
Yeah, I would not let my child be on TikTok. I'd be honest with you. Like, the thing is too is like it's really interesting if you think about because you can look. Okay, so so everybody it's really weird. Like everybody, if you look, you'll go and you can find TED Talks on this where they talk about Thucydides.
Yep.
Thucydides trap. You know what that is?
I don't know what it is. I have seen that TED Talk because I subscribe to that too, and I like to see all the different presenters, but I haven't watched that one, so I don't know what that one is.
No, it's not a presenter thing. It's Thucydides trap. No, Thucydides was the guy that wrote about the Peloponnesian War, and he's Greek. So
okay,
Thucydides trap is basically when the rising power is a failing power, that there's always a war.
Right.
So you go and you look, and people have been talking about like this coming war with China for like a long time.
Right.
So, that's what I'm saying is that, Yuval Harari, who is an Israeli anthropologist, says this really brilliantly. He says one day the little bits of data that you give out for free, on the internet are going to one day be looked upon as the natives who traded away whole continents for little glass beads. Right.
Manhattan. They that went for glass beads.
Mm-hmm.
In a certain terms.
Yeah, but anyway, what I'm saying is that I don't know, I don't want to be tracked by Chinese technology. I don't even want to be tracked
for
by,
sure.
Facebook and all that stuff.
For sure.
So in Europe, they had kind of a revolution about trying to secure their data, especially you want your child's data secured.
Oh yeah,
and if
yeah.
It's not secure, so.
And my 17-year-old jumps on that, and it's very difficult to control a 17, because if you imagine, when you were younger, what would you do with the accessibility to the internet at 17? Could you imagine? Which I mean, he's party animal big time. But but that's the reality.
That's what everybody's using the internet for.
Correct. And so, I mean, but if I am of the premise that we were, as a species, not prepared for the internet. We were not prepared for the accessibility of everything at our fingertips so fast, so quickly. And I know there's a whole bunch of different minds around this and everything, but for me, when I went, and this was, probably a decade ago over at Georgia Tech, I went to a seminar, for the Internet of Things, and India was a big proponent. We got a lot of people from India over there that were talking about this. And it was scary 10 years ago. Hey, this is going to talk to your TV. This is going to talk to your refrigerator. This is going to talk to your washing machine. This is going to talk to, and I'm like, wait a minute. What if I don't want these things to talk to each other? What if I don't want them to have involvement? And I mean, I read an article the other day. Facebook knows when you go poop. They know when you make a movement. They have timed it. It's like,
it's a really unfortunate thing when you kind of That's what Solomon always said, that knowledge was just make you miserable. Like
Right. But that's the glass we're giving up. We're giving up our habits, our most personal things, for sometimes just criticizing and getting on there and being like, yeah, you're stupid. I mean, for something as little as that, we're giving away tons of value.
Yeah, it's got out of control and it's dumb. But what can you do? But let's
back to tobacco.
Because I think that here's what I think. I think there's a way to build a bridge, because you want to build a bridge to the Chinese. You don't want to have a war.
Correct. That's right.
The Chinese are coming up, and they've got some great ideas. To be honest with you, they're doing some good things. They're doing some really crappy things too, but we do some crappy things as well.
Everybody does.
Everybody gets better at the crappy things and continues doing the things that are good.
Correct.
Like China, they owned a port in Greece when Greece was failing economically in that whole thing in 2008. And the guy told him, he was like, hey, you own this port, but I tell you what, we can't pay you for it, we can't give the rent and all this stuff. And the Chinese just forgave it for the Greeks. And that's,
right.
Hopefully there's more of a little bit of like everybody working together. And I think that I'm looking forward to meeting some Chinese pipe tobacco smokers, and kind of heading off and bringing the American hand of friendship in to the Chinese, because all that stuff that they do and all the political crap, like, I don't care about any of that. I just want people to be friends, and I hope the pipe smokers, the love of the briar, can build a bridge.
Well, and we need to grow the community, and I say that all the time. I try to inspire people to go out and do more videos. We've got a few in here in the chat that have gone out and done their own channels and put it out there. And I want to emphasize to everybody, there is nothing wrong with creating content. Somebody out there wants to see what you're doing, and
totally.
And you can, just like, the degrees of separation, there's going to be somebody's going to connect with at some point, that's going to pick up a pipe and be like, I like this community. And then it's going to take off. I mean, look what happened with Cadillac. Cadillac got huge again with the Escalade, not because the Escalade was an amazing SUV. They got branding on board with specific people that boomed that vehicle way above beyond.
Which is sad, to be honest with you.
But that's
made the whole world a goddamn bunch of fakes.
But at the same time, we can use those same principles to pick up on a very good traditional wholesome hobby that, again, Phil Rivara made me this pipe. This is the Friday Cherrywood. And my son wrote Phil a note. But to the extent my son was like, can I have it? And I was like, well, obviously not. You're 7 years old, pal. What are you going to do with it? And he's like, were you going to hand it down to me one day? I was like, yeah. And I think people miss out on how wholesome it is. There are people with amazing memories in this community of their grandfather or their father or their uncle or somebody. And we need that. We need it just like we do in memories of baseball and memories of movies and memories of all kinds of things. There's a reason I want my kids to see the Goonies, even though it did not age well and they're not going to understand some of the things that are happening. Dad, what is a telephone? What is that on the wall with cords? I mean, but who cares? Because those were such integral parts of my youth and what I experienced, that I want them to experience that stuff too. But their stuff is going to be different, but certain things still hold well. And I think pipes hold well. I think it's a great social time for people. Oh God. Oh,
that's a good time to make
oh God, here it comes.
with this guy, but he's gonna go on forever.
he probably will. That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
You gotta fill time. I spend a lot of time with radio personalities.
That's right.
Like I even lived with one of them, who rented me a room when I first came to Hollywood and didn't have any place to stay. And I really appreciate what you're doing, because I've seen like a lot of guys do radio, and it's not easy, and it is kind of like what you're doing.
That's right.
And so I appreciate how difficult that is. Well, let's go ahead. Yeah. No. Or let him do his thing.
What are you doing?
Let's say hello.
Come in. Come here.
I was late because I was at my grandma's.
Oh, you got a bald eagle. That's awesome.
He's got
That's
the
my
bald
grandma.
eagle. Now he is
This is his call.
one of. That's a dolphin. That's not a. I appreciate it, Flipper, but this is not Flipper. I don't know if this is Flipper the eagle. Please go ahead. But he is an independence. He's an independence kid. He's born on the 4th of July, so patriotism runs through his veins like anything. And he'll never watch Born on the 4th of July, by the way. That's never gonna happen.
What?
That's not gonna happen. Sorry, Tom Cruise. Ain't happening, pal.
Sorry, Tom Cruise got replaced by Lieutenant Dan though a long time ago.
That's right. That's right. Man, I appreciate you calling in, and let's connect again soon. And man, I appreciate all the support and everything else, and thanks for all the advice and everything. You're a stand-up guy, and love all your stuff, man.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Love
I
it.
appreciate that, and it was nice talking to you and nice talking with everybody at the same time.
Absolutely.
Hope everybody has a
It was too high. It didn't work.
Absolutely. God, let me get this kid under control. See you, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're nuts.
I am nuts.
You are nuts. All right, so you got it. All right, so the camera's a little different. You got to be close to the table now. So everything has to be. So we have the eagle. See. All right, so the zoom is fixed now, so we can't see like this. Look at it, gets blurry. All right, see that. So everybody, you're in focus if you're up to the table. Does that make sense?
Okay.
We change. Look how far back the camera is now. You see that? Oh, we forgot to spin the wheel for Hollywood.
Can I
Hollywood,
spin
do we need to spin your wheel
Can
for
I
somebody
spin
else?
it?
Hold on a second. Let's see who's calling. This is Martin from the Literate Friday show. Who do we have on the line? And they just keep hanging up.
It's probably my grandpa.
I got people just prank calling me like crazy. All right,
Yeah.
let's try it again. This is Martin from the Literate Friday show. Who do we have on the line?
Who do we have on
Hello?
the line?
Hey, it's me.
What? Well, who is
Who's talking? We can't hear you.
who's me? I can hear him in here.
Get through. This is Terry Smart Flat Piper. I said I'll call in, so I called in.
Hey, what did you pick up this week? Hey, go check out with your mom and see if she's got anything you want me to try. Go to it. Hurry. What did you pick up this week, man?
Well, I ordered it on Mars, like you were alerting Mars cigars, and
Nice.
I ordered. I got some Margate and
Nice.
Balkans Ronnie, and then they hadn't shipped it, and so I emailed them, and they emailed me right away. Well, within a few hours, and they said, "Well, we're behind, but it's going to be shipped."
Oh, no.
Big order. So they have a big order, and then I called Smoking Pipes. I called them, and the guy's like, "Well, we only got 2010s of Penzans. Yeah, those are gone." I said, "Your website doesn't have anything. Everything's sold out. You got anything that's still left?" He said, "Well, I got Pillsbury and some Dorchester."
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
"What order?" He says, "A 10 of each." I said, "Give me one of those, and then one of each, and then just call
Yeah.
me." So I called in, and the guy was really nice.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I do exactly what old Hollywood Briar does. He's smart every single time. He calls into those guys, and everything else. It's super, like he's got it down pat. And so like I take a lot from what that guy does because he knows what he's about. So have you ever tried Stonehaven or Penzance or anything like that?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Which would you want to try if
Quintessential Penzance.
the quintessential, the unicorn? So I will send you. Well, it's one of said unicorns. I will absolutely send you a bowl of that, a good sample. Now, what are you smoking and drinking tonight? What's what you got going on?
Well, I got a little corn cob, and someone sent me a vacuum bomb, and it was a Sutliff Maduro Cavendish.
Oh, Sutliff Maduro Cavendish.
Yes, pure Cavendish. It was kind of goopy. It was very wet, but it burns pretty good, and it's
Sure.
It's a little hot, so you got to take it slow. But for aromatic, not a. It seems like
I'm getting into it, learning how to smoke aromatics. I think you need more experience in smoking aromatics.
They're hard. So all right. So aromatics. Aromatics are. I think everybody gets their start on at some point. Everybody gets their initial run on aromatics, and I think aromatics get a bad rap because we start off as novices, not understanding the process of smoking tobaccos out of a pipe to begin with. Then we ruin the experience for ourselves. A decade later, we pick it back up because we watch good YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, hey, you."
Yeah, I think, this generation, I just started smoking about a year, a little bit over a year now. But I started smoking after watching YouTube, so I'm exposed to more of the Englishes and the Vapors and the Virginias, and everybody rags on aromatics. So obviously, we, as new smokers coming in, we gravitate towards our Englishes, and then we had no idea how to smoke an aromatic.
Sure.
And then I think aromatic really takes more experience, seasoned, deeper talent, and more nuanced, what you call paying attention to the mechanics rather than the profile.
Correct.
I could be wrong, Adam.
No, I think you're right onto that. Like Earl of Pipes is saying in the chat, he's like, we should all start on English blends because at some point, the aromatics are so easy to bite you. They've got all right, so one of the biggest proponents that's going to bite you a lot of times out of the different blends of tobaccos is usually Virginias. They have the highest sugar content, so that's usually going to burn fast and hot. And when you add additional sugars in these aromatics, whatever chemicals you're gonna get burned, and you're gonna get burned pretty well, and you're gonna get the bad tongue bite, and then all of a sudden you're like, why would anybody first off, you get another respect for pipe smokers. You're like, man, these are men and women that have like a tongue made of the Queen Mary herself. It's like they're like, this is legit, and then you realize later on you're like, oh, thanks. Apparently there's something called drying out your tobacco and, doing stuff like that. And it's like, but that's my son is ridiculous. But, so let's spin the wheel for you real quick, my man, because I want to see if you're going to win something. Let's check out the angry taco. What? Stop coming in here all violent, pal. Hold on. We're doing the angry taco. Hang on. Let's see what you're getting, Terry. All right. You won God, what is it? What is a special prize? I got to find a special prize. I'm going to send you some kind of special, unique, weird prize. You just guys, this is the second time I've had a special prize situation. I did not have a special prize. I'm going to find something weird. It's either going to be bad, it's going to be good. I might send you crickets to eat. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I am going to send you a sample of Penzance. Just will you take a deep breath?
I'm grateful.
Hey, text me your info so that way I can mail this out to you, and enjoy the show. Get ready. We're going to do some gambling. Apparently I'm getting blindfolded right now. I don't know. I don't even know what's happening. Thank you, pal. Man, you have a wonderful weekend, man.
Okay.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Hang out.
You too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hang out. We'll have some fun. See ya.
It's time for the weird food tasting challenge.
All right. So let's do it.
And at the end, I taste it too.
Are you gonna taste it too?
Are you
gonna taste it too? All right. Now, when you hold it up, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. So when you hold it up, hit this button, and then you can show it right here. And then after.
Oh, your phone is up there.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So you can show it here. You have to show it here, and then you have to. All right. So then you have to hit this button. All right. So you go table, and then back to this. Got it?
OAP.
OAP for over a pipe. That's the main one. All right. So let me get blindfolded, or do you want me to hit it? Do you want me to hit it?
Yeah.
All right. You tell me when to hit table.
Table.
All right. So you show them.
Out.
You show them what it is. Wait a minute. Are you showing them now?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like. Tell me when you're lifting it up to the camera.
No, I am.
All right. You lift it up to the camera. All right. You showing everybody? You got it? You showed? Yeah? All right. You can't spend all day. You got it?
Yep.
All right. All right, so we're back. All right. So let's try it out. Let's try it out.
Unclip it.
Huh?
I farted and I farted. Farty.
That's those great kid jokes. All right, let's try it. What is it? Oh. This is spicy.
I know.
This is
Hey,
hot.
I'll give you a hint. It's in the name.
Spicy.
is in the name.
Do you know who I am?
Spicy is
Ron. Oh.
Smells of rich.
I don't give him comments on what
All right.
it is.
All right. So it's spicy. Is it a plant
I
or an
didn't
animal?
fart
Plant or
out
animal?
the
Let's go. Come on. Plant or animal?
Plant.
Plant. Is
I
it?
don't know what it is.
You don't? Do you know? Did you read the name? It's on the back of the bag.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay.
That's the name. It's actually on the front.
Well, okay. So is it
Oh,
a
you
plant?
got a big one.
Is it a plant or an animal?
I don't know. It doesn't say plant.
This is really not a good way to give hints. Give me another hint.
Oh wait, no.
What is it?
It's a plant.
It's a plant.
I figured it out now.
Is it?
And I didn't fart in the bag.
Is
if
it-
you're wondering.
God, they're not wondering. Is it land or is it ocean or water?
Land.
Land. Is
Land,
is it garlic?
And guess what, Dad?
Is it
one of-
peppers?
No, it's just so spicy.
It just
That's-
says spicy?
No, that's
Oh, God.
uh, that's in the name. Spicy is in the name. The third word in the name. You get one more guess.
And it's a vegetable, right?
Okay.
Cucumber.
Spicy is not a vegetable.
Spicy cucumber.
Wrong.
Ah, what is it? Spicy hot pot flavor. Oh, okay. No wonder you couldn't get it right. That's a soup. Oh, I can't wait for this. Oh, here, take it with you. Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Say
Bye.
see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
These are. I'll keep these. These are pretty good. Ow. Where is your bald eagle? What'd you do with him? Oh, I think you took him in. Here you go. You can take that too. That was spicy, wasn't it? Take it with you. All right, I'll take it. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you.
That was spicy. Too spicy.
That's good. Definitely better than the crickets. I'll tell you that. Definitely better than the crickets. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate the comments. Why do kids have to have? Why do kids have so many fart jokes? I don't know. I don't know why kids have so many fart jokes. Again, thanks so much for the callers that have called in. Again, make sure you text me your information, and that way I can ship this stuff out to you. We do have the P.O. box. I will announce that later on because I'm scared of the things that will happen. Kevin asked, I'm trying Dunbar for the first time tomorrow. What should I expect? You should expect mild. It's a very good vapor. I prefer Dunbar over Dorchester. People like Professor Walker prefer Dorchester over Dunbar. Both really good vapors, different experience. And I enjoy them. I enjoy them both, but I am more drawn to Dunbar. Very smooth, very subtle, easy, all day. I mean, it is the quintessential all day smoke type of vapor for me. And definitely one I have bought bags of. I enjoy it thoroughly. I bought bags of it. Phil Rivard asked, where are the shots I bought? God, I gave you two. What? Are you serious? We have like 2 garage doors? This can't be happening. This can't be happening on my show. I just got everything working. Huh? I thought the live stream's over by now. I thought the live stream. All right, come on over. Let everybody see who messed it up. Come on over. Say hey. Oh, shut up. Hey. You gotta come into the camera because you gotta come up to... Yeah, because that's where the focus is, remember? We did that earlier. It's over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was over by like 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets started at 9.
No, because Mom said, well, if Bobby wants to make the live stream, he's got to be there at 9. I didn't think he would be in the beginning.
So it always starts at 9?
I forgot what time it started at.
Did you have fun what you were doing?
Yes.
No, I don't care. Get out of here.
Played a board game. Not a board game, a card game.
Played a card game. Cards against
Human.
Oh, that's not a card game.
There's cards.
That's D&D.
I told them it's basically Pokemon D&D.
It's Pokemon D&D.
And they were like, no, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh. And I was like, why is that?
First off, Yu-Gi-Oh is completely different, but it's awesome. Watch Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a good show.
Yeah,
it's a good show. Hey, try one of these. Try one of these. They're good. They're Asian. You like Asian. Show your face as you try it.
Big one?
Show, I don't know.
Okay.
Show your face. They're good and crunchy.
Scary. You're
Here,
not
come
even
down.
showing me what they are.
I don't know. Yeah. Try it. Try it. It's so good. Got a little kick to them. So it's Asian hot pot.
I was like, that's
now
barbecue.
one day we're gonna go and do an Asian hot pot in China one day because those things they look so cool.
It tasted like barbecue.
Isn't it good? Here you go. Take those in with you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Love you. Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate you for the second time. My show has been interrupted tonight. And it's just like, it's just horrendous. It just hurts. It hurts my heart for all the, oh, well, it's that time to tickle that funny bone. We're gonna rub the funny bone. We're gonna do that. Yes, we are. Why don't we start off with a good fantastic one for let's see. Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Huh? Why did the Clydesdale give the pony a glass of water? Because he was a little horse.
I said, you better not. You better not.
He was a little. I didn't forget the shot. Give me a second. What? What do you call a fish without eyes? What do you call a fish without eyes?
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this.
I'm sorry. Let's see. There we go. What lights up a soccer stadium? Look here. This is serious. What lights up a soccer stadium? Really? A soccer game.
You're gonna end up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's true. Truly. No, I mean, I've got some other ones. Here, look. We're gonna do one of these every single week. You know, let me throw back the joke sounds just real quick. During class one day, I mean, of course, everybody is still in class. You know, we're still in class these days, and teacher says, "Hey, kids." Teacher says to her class, "Hey, kids, what does the chicken give you?" And all the students say, "Meat, meat." Meat. Very good. Very good. Teacher says, now what does the pig give you? And some kids are like, pork chops, bacon, bacon. Oh, this is great. Oh, good job, kids. Wonderful kids. Children, you're so smart. And then they said, and then the teacher asked the children again and said, and what does the fat cow give you? Homework! Fat cow gives them homework. That's what the does. That's what happens. The fat cow gives them homework. All right. I heard you. Oh my God, it's 10:21. Hey, wait. It's that time again. Get your tins ready. We've got some gambling to do, and I will take the shot while we're gambling, for crying out loud. Let's start off this round of gambling. So gamble your tins, exclamation point 10, so you can see how many you've earned. We're gonna start off right off the bat with Backwoods Piper. This is worth 75% of the tins that you bet. Make sure you follow the instruction. Name the shots. 1, 2, 3, floor. It's just a. Sure don't. So Backwoods Piper. What Backwoods Piper won? Excuse me. What was his newest hobby? Was it pipe making? Seems pretty popular. Tobacco blending? Also popular. Leather working? I wonder what that was. Let's get into it and let's check it out and see what his newest hobby was. Again, go ahead and make sure you bet your tins. So all you got to do is check your tins, exclamation point tins, and check out how much you have in said bank. Check out what you got in the bank for your tins, okay? So exclamation point tins, you can check out your tins. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick the category. So you're going to do an exclamation point bet, follow the instructions, exclamation point bet space, either 0, 1, or 2, because it starts with option 0. I don't know why they did it that way. Who knows? 0, 1, or 2. 0 for pipe making, 1 for tobacco blending, and 2 for leather working. Jimmy! And make sure Jimmy's in the house. And make sure that you do exclamation point bet space, which one you want, and then how many tins you want to bet up to 100. You can't go past 100. It's a maximum of 100. Because it's easier for me. So what in the world did he do? Now, oh God. Cincy, I need you to get me some more Weller, babe. Look at this bottle. We have killed this bottle in just a couple weeks. I'm going to remember to change that next week, by the way. I can't do. Oh, God. I can't keep going through bottles of Weller. I mean, I love it. I love Weller. I sure do. Let's see. Let's take this and be done. Good Lord. Still alive. Let my Camaro go. Going long tonight?
No! God, please, no!
Not too much longer, probably. Thank you all for everybody who showed up tonight. Again, if you would, please give a thumbs up. It just makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. Sure does. Give me that thumbs up there. Give me that thumbs up. Woo! Oh, mercy. Woo, mercy. Jazz hands. Anybody remember hearing the last week? Look, all right. Thanks, Phil. Thanks a lot, Phil. So again, gambles are in where the timer has ticked off. We're going to close it in 10. Now, hey, anybody from Germany, does anybody else start counting with your thumb? Because now my wife, she's from my wife. Where's the mayor? My wife, like, she starts counting with her thumb. All right, so instead of 1, she goes 1. Does anybody else start with their thumb? I'm just saying, like, them, you know, yeah, please, thumbs up, for sure.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is
only. I'm sure that throws off anybody that's new, but guess what? I like Mississippi Queen. I'm sorry. That's, you know, that's my thing. I know it's Blue Oyster Cult. Sorry, I went Mississippi Queen. All right. Bettings are done. Let's stop it. Now, again, these 10s will earn you because we do giveaways, you know, periodically. When we do the giveaways, you're going to use your 10s to get buy, you know, little tickets to be able to jump into the raffles. Okay. So let's find out what indeedy he said.
YTPC, Backwoods Piper 1. I'm going to do this. This is going to be the 3rd attempt at making this video.
Number 3.
Anyway, first one I forgot what I was talking about as far as my tobacco, and the second time the batteries died. So this time I put new batteries in. Maybe we'll get it right this time. Anyway, I'm smoking a C&D and Missouri Meerschaum collaboration pipe. A little corn cob.
Love the corn cobs. I've got to get a pipe insert. Does everybody else have a pipe insert? I need one of those for my Zippos.
I got some McBaron Original Choice. It's a light aromatic.
Speaking of those suckers, they'll torch that tongue.
Hopefully you can see that in there.
Oh, that looks good.
And I've had it since March of 18, and I don't smoke aromatics hardly ever. And actually, I think this is the last one I got left.
The thumb is 5.
Anyway,
Balderdash.
I've started dabbling in a little leather work.
Leather work!
Bag I made.
Leather working! Let's do one big on that one. Winner chicken dinners.
Let's put it that way.
Woo! We had 18 winners on that one.
Then I made
We had 18 winners on that one. Heck yeah. So let's jump into the next one. Good payout on that one. Road King, John Adams, Smoke Kentucky, Jimmy Tobacco, Jimmy Tobacco, NC Piper, the lovely NC Piper, who has the best Eldritch pipe there is. Which, by the way, huge fan. Okay, huge fan. Again, did I thank Hollywood Briar for showing up and jumping on a call with me? That guy's he is so cool. He's like, he has the life that I'm like, my life is so boring. It's like, what do I do? Well, you know, I go do this, go do that, do that. He's like one of the guys from Zoolander. He's like, who is he? Was it Owen Wilson on Zoolander? Yeah, we went and did peyote and then hung out with spider monkeys. His life is like so cool, and I'm like, wow, where did I go wrong? All right, the next person up is Bald Piper. Now this is a max 100% payout. Bald Piper's smoker's daughter plays what instrument? What instrument does... Yeah, that strawberry? Big Joe Smoke Show. It's legit. It looks so cool. It's one of my favorite ones. If you haven't checked out NC Piper's video, check it out. Also, check out Smoking old Hollywood Briar. Also, check out Mike from Briar Leagues. Oh my God, Mike! We didn't do the thing. We didn't do the thing, Mike. Mike, we didn't look at it. Hold on. We forgot to do it. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm terrible. Send little man back out, please. For some reason, the text said, Mike, I'm terrible. All right, so big show. So make sure you subscribe, Mike from Briar Blues. Lots of presenters in here, super cool people. Make sure you support the community, spread the word. If you can thumbs up, spreads the word. Make sure a big thing after this is done, comment. We love the comments, and I respond to comments most of the time. Bald Piper Smoker's daughter plays what instrument? What instrument does she play? Is it the violin? Is it the jaw harp? Is it the didgeridoo? Or is it the hurdy-gurdy? And I mean, I'm impressed. If you know what all of these instruments are, I am thoroughly impressed. I am amazed by your ability. I sure am. But we also have a package, and I don't want to open this up without the boy, because I swear to God, there's something. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, it's so cool. Sure it's not the shots, Martin. Miss Sue Jones, the lovely Sue Jones is 100%. Let's see. NC Piper said my next video will be with my Eldritch pipe. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna be glued to it. I love my strawberry pipe. Smokes perfect. I chose the colors of the stem and he nailed it. Look, his stuff is legit. I love his stuff. If I had budget, yeah, I'd order more. I mean, look, I got, like, up there, you can't see it anymore because I've changed things. Cthulhu is up there, by the way, from his Eldritch pipe. Cthulhu is a big proponent of that. Again, what did Bald Pipe Smoker's daughter play as an instrument? What was her instrument of choice? So far, we got some violin, and we even have some didgeridoo. Does anybody know what the has anybody ever seen a didgeridoo? Cool instrument, by the way. From the land down under, I would tell you. That's not an accent. That's just me telling you what it is. Because the didgeridoo is an awesome instrument. All right, so where was the other thing for oh yes. No, wrong. Oh, aha! I'd like to say happy birthday to none other than, where's she at? Nope. I'd like to say happy birthday to Alexander Ludwig von Liechtenstein. Wasn't that from, who was von Liechtenstein from? What movie? Sound off in the chat. Born in Vancouver, Canada, 29 years old, actor best known for his role as Kato in the 2012 film The Hunger Games, for which he received a Teen Choice Award nomination for Best Villain. He replaced Nathan O'Toole as Bjorn Lothbrok in Vikings and portrayed Navy SEAL Shane Patton in Lone Survivor. He began acting in a Harry Potter He began acting in a Harry Potter. I mean, it's just like, He began acting in a Harry Potter action figure commercial when he was 9 years old. He later played roles in The Sandlot 3 and Air Bud World Pup. For some reason, my motor skills. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, like they're not operating like they should be. His film appearances also include 2009's Race to Witch Mountain and the 2007 film The Seeker, Dark is Rising. The Seeker, which, by the way, is a book series and is a great book series. Well, all right, I'm not gonna say it's a great book series. Overall, good book series. Terrible show. I'm not a fan of making shows out of movies. His parents had reservations about letting him become a child actor, and two of his younger siblings are twins. Interesting. Also on this day in 2015, 3 of B.B. King's 11 surviving children lost a bid in a Las Vegas court to take control over their father's... What is wrong with you people? Smoking Kentucky, you son of a... Yes. Also, oil prices reached in 2008 $200 per barrel. in 6 months. And also in 1998, Daimler-Benz AG agreed to buy Chrysler Corp for more than $37 billion. 37 billion. Okay. 37.
Right.
I'm just saying 37 billion. All right, let's see what he did. Let's see what. Let's find out what Bald Piper Smoker's daughter smoked.
Oh, these are good.
Oh no! Oh no! That's terrible. Like, who has ads these days? Who has ads? All right, come here, you son of a gun.
How's it going? I
All right.
am back. Yeah, I've been gone about, 10 months? Almost.
10 months. You've been gone almost a year.
Smoking my new Dr. Grey Boyle.
Grey Boyle!
Royalton Bulldog with some Sutliff vanilla custard.
What we've got here is failure.
You hear the violin in the background. My daughter's practicing. She's been playing violin for, I don't know, 3 years, maybe?
Oh, the violin!
Anyways,
we have 2 wieners.
Subscribers. I've been gone for a while.
2 wieners for the violin.
Working, living life. Thought I'd take a break making videos because I made quite a few.
Two wieners
I'm good.
for the violin. I am very impressed. I'm very impressed that we had 2 people who got that. Dingus and Ron Hardcrackers both got that one. Very, very impressive. The last opportunity to gamble your tins away for the night. And this one's almost a repeat, kind of. Not quite, but almost a repeat. This is from the Godfather himself. The man, the myth, the legend. Matches 860. He bought his first computer in what year? 1990, 1994, 1999, or 2002. Get your tens. This is 100% payout. Get to it. Get to it. Yes, indeed. And while we're doing, oh no, I watched this one. Hey, Sue, guess what that means? That means you're gonna make 100% return. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm sorry. Is that time to tickle that funny bone? Time to make, oh, no. Oh, shoot, no. It's also time for this. God dang it. All right. Let's see. Why shouldn't you write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. I snorted. The broken pencil is pointless. That's what you should write with it. Oh, Lord. All right, Mike, I'm going to open this. By the way, since I don't know where the boy is. Mike, he must be asleep. I'm going to open this next week. All right, I'm going to do a specific yabo for this, Mike, next week. Because I'm terrible, Mike. Thank you so much, Mike. Make sure you subscribe to Mike from Briar Blues. Super good guy. Great guy. Make sure you also spread the show for the channel. Make sure you give a thumbs up. Make sure you comment after the show is done because we really want to know if you like it. And yeah, this shot was poorly poured, but I'm still taking it, so shut up. Here we go. Had to do a chaser. Had to do it. Let's see what we are going to end the betting in. Boom! T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7. No wonder the Germans count that way. I think it's so funny. Shutting it down. Shutting it down. Hey, look. Hey, Vision. Vision, you never know what you're going to win sometimes. I know. And guess what? It's not always good to go with the most popular vote. Voting is closed. Let's check out the man, the myth, the ads. Let's check out the ads. Let's check him out. All right, where's he at? Where's he at? I'm gonna bring him back. There he is. Bring him up. There we go. What? Oh, no, we missed it. We missed it. So, sorry, Matches. I apologize.
Matches 860. Doing a video response today to Tron 8882 Alex. Couple of points of housekeeping to get out of the way. Smoking a Peterson 307.
Peterson of all things.
Big and burly.
Ooh, big and burly.
Just wrote a blog post last night for TPC.
Make sure you let this Stonehaven really dry out pretty well and try to age it a little bit.
TobaccoPipeCollectors.com. Also got to give a big shout out to Evan.
You're right, Texas Piper. You're right.
7887. Did a series on various kinds of matches. And in each video, he gave me a shout out.
Make sure you check out Phil Rivara Pipes. Beautiful.
6 or 7 shouts for matches. 860.
Phil, we're going to be on touch because
Really
I need something from you.
I'm going to put a link to your channel down in the bait barrel there.
Does anybody else come up with weird names for the comments below? Does anybody else do it? I don't know.
So I got a personal message from Alex Tron 8882 asking me how I came up with matches 860.
How did he come up with that? That's a great question.
I may have told the story before.
I know you can, Phil. I know you can.
But I wasn't sure. And after writing that blog last night, I wasn't in any mood to type the story back to him, so I said I'd do a video response. Back in 1999, I got my first computer.
NC Piper. Can't wait to see that video.
Was cruising around the internet. And came across IC.
Regular, you are so right.
I hardly remember the name of it now. It was basically the first form of social networking. Everybody in the world had an ICQ account.
You got it, Big Joe. You got it.
And my internet provider had, if I remember correctly, they picked out my...
Let it dry, Big Joe.
Name, which was my first initial
Let it dry.
Last name. Being the organized person I am, I wanted to keep that. So I didn't have to remember a bunch of screen names around the internet. Went to sign into ICQ, and
ICQ!
Name was already taken. I tried about 8 different variations. Middle initial,
NC, you won't regret it.
First and last initial with my middle name. I tried everything.
I am a fan of Phil Rivera.
I wanted to try nicknames. Butch. All sorts of stuff. They were all taken. Looked down on my desk and there was a box of matches. I started laughing, thinking if I typed in matches, it would probably go through. Typed in matches. Hit the sign in button. Screen went crazy. Welcome matches. Matches create your profile. Matches, what are your interests? So I became matches. Wasn't really sure if I was happy about it, but so be it.
Regular Joseph, that's a great question. Great question.
On to a number of knife collector sites.
Regular, make sure to show up at Friday of next week. Call in, and I'll give you a sample of it.
They all went through. And in the early thousands, I think it was like 2002 maybe, my original primary email account was all screwed up with advertisements, and I was just getting like 100 messages a day that were worthless.
Do it, regular Joseph. We'll be here.
I looked into getting a MSN account, put in matches for the email, and it was already taken. So tried matches 1, that was taken. Matches 2 worked. Same thing happened on Flickr. Got matches 2 for Flickr.
Beautiful sitter.
YouTube. And tried matches. Matches didn't work.
You won't be sorry, NC Piper.
I think I tried
Promise you there.
variations of my name. That didn't work. Went back to matches. I really wanted matches because everything was match.
You've got mail.
Matches 1, matches 2, matches.
Who was excited every time you got you've got mail? You've got mail. Like, it was such a pleasant voice.
To a high number, I'd have better luck. What better choice than my area code? 860.
860. Do it.
Went right through.
Miss you, Mike.
That's the story of how I got matches 860. Sometime into my early videos, I had remembered something I learned at a seminar that I had gone to.
We had 3 winners. He got his first computer in 1999.
They said you got to have a brand when you're on the internet in order for people to recognize you and to have something to bite into. Fancy logo, jingle, whatever. As I watched my videos, I couldn't stand the way matches 860 sounded. One day I said, matches 860.
There it is.
When I played it back, I said, that sounds pretty good. I think I'm going to keep that. So that's the matches 860 story. Thanks a lot, Alex, for asking the question. Hope you have a great day.
I mean, so whoa, Lord, question. No. Go. I mean, like, just so cool, such a cool dude. Like, just one of the favorites of I mean, it's just cool. It's just cool. Thank everybody for showing up tonight. We're going to have another show. Please make sure you keep Steve in your prayers. They just put the do not resuscitate bracelet on him. Bless his heart. Pray for Steve. Pray for him. Thank you, Old Hollywood Piper, for showing up and giving. I mean, just thank you for everything. Your huge support. Thank you so much. He's a great guy. Thank you for Phil from the Briar Report. Thank you for Mike from Briar Blues. Thank you for everybody that's out there. Thank you. Make sure to show up next week. We're going to have some more fun. There's probably going to be some Esoterica drops next week. So stay tuned. Hit that notification bell. If you haven't given a thumbs up, please give a thumbs up before you leave. It makes me feel good because it just makes me feel good, everybody. Can't wait for Fridays. We'll see all of you next week on the Let It Rip Friday show.